Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at some of the new additions to the DRF fleet. Now, as you can see, the colour scheme has changed from the original. We've got some of the original ships actually over here that we've looked at in the past. We've got one of Conrod's, the Battle Turtle over there, and there was a few more there before, but we've cut it down to have a little bit more performance. So I'm joined here by Husker. And we're taking a look at this smallest ship first. So talk me over this one. What is this small ship all about?
Alright, so this is just a light DRF gunship, primarily for killing fighters and stuff like that with its Gatling turrets. It's only got one missile launcher on the front, but that's why it's better at taking out fighters instead of more capitals and stuff like that. It's sort of a scouting ship as
Very
such.
nice. Very nice indeed. It's got some real nice detailed elements in it. You can see like the little hidden beacons tucked in the front area. You've got the access docking port.
Antennas.
Then you've got the hydrogen tanks along the side, and then you've got a real nice thruster compartment at the back there. Quite light, quite manoeuvrable from what I've flown about. Shall we take a look inside?
Sure, yeah. Let me open the door.
Here
we are. Tried to put a sort of airlock, but yeah, it's just a little basic airlock. There you go. Oh.
Don't fight me through the door, Oscar.
We're not getting through that door. Right, here we go. Here we go. Nice little basic CIC. And in here, I've also got, this is set up on most of my ships. It's a little toggleable light kind of thing. It turns on all the weapons and everything, so you know you're in like a combat mode. We do nice combat lighting.
Now,
here. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I know for this DRF fleet, you've been trying to do the best of both worlds for functionality as well as making it look nice. So what sort of sacrifices have you had to make in smaller ships like this?
Well, it's really difficult to get these compact down with whilst also making them like actual combat ready, because like what I tend to do in most of my ships, I tend to have internal thrusters, and it's quite awkward to do that when you're doing compact designs. So this one, as you can see, has got quite a lot of like exposed thrusters, whereas some of the larger designs you'll see, they don't have many exposed thrusters for like protection and stuff.
Right, let's pop on to the next one. Let's also have a quick look at the cutaway as well.
Yep, so let's have a look up here.
So we've got the cutaway up here, we've got the reactor nicely protected at the back, we've got the jump drive there, we've got some double plumbing going on, so it looks like we've got some redundancy. And you can see there's quite a nice bit of spaced armour there as well. I do quite like that.
Yeah, trying to use as much weight saving as well when you're doing these ships. I've tried to not just fill it full of armor, just in the areas it needs it, and then you've got the time blocks up here at the front that control the weapons and such.
The different battle modes as well. Let's move on to the next one. So we first saw this one, I believe, in the Underworld, because I remember seeing that giant blue thruster moving around.
Yes, we did indeed. Originally it was in a different livery. It was actually disguised as a different sort of ship, and it turned out it was the DRF. This is the DRF Destroyer. It's better at taking out capitals with its large rockets at the front, and it's just got two PDCs on the side to take out incoming fighters. This was quite popular on the Underworld actually. People like to steal these and use them.
Always, yeah. We did see a lot of them being stolen, but you can see at the front what I like about this one is with some of the original DRF ships we had, Pablo, when he designed them, he designed like a little front piece like this, and then you've just took it to the next level by adding the weapons inside there behind the doors, as well as little antenna function. So it feels like it's quite close to home. But saying another thing as well is you changed the color scheme quite a bit as well, because you didn't like the purple, did you? The purple was just a bit too
See, well, I always thought the DRF as they kind of expand as a faction, they'd make their own ships and have their own sort of like nice color scheme that was a bit like more showing of who they are. So I went with a more complex colour scheme, a bit stealthy.
Just to compare it, if we go over to the turtle over here, you might want to turn the sun back so it's level.
Big old turtle, let me whip that round.
But you can see just how bright the DRF ships originally were, and that it looks great for camera purposes, but we wanted to make them look a little bit stealthy, so slowly we evolved it, because originally when we first talked about it, it was just this darker purple, wasn't it? And then you threw the digital in and the different shades of grey, and I think it looks really nice. Let's take a look inside this guy. Oh, one more thing I want to show about this, though, is just look at that thruster at the back, how he's created that shadow, and especially in a dark environment like the Underworld, it just looks fantastic.
It does.
Now take me inside.
There we go. If you like to come back to the bottom, there's a bit of an airlock here. It's a bit of a slow one to get into.
I remember this.
But touching on what you said earlier about Pablo's designs, he originally based a lot of his ships from inspiration from the Expanse. That is exactly what I've done here. Is continuing. Some of these are actually heavily based on the Expanse ships. But there you go. This is the CIC. A little bit of a table here. Got around here. Got the reactor access and a little bit of a spawn point. Yeah, it's all very utilitarian. No wasted space with like massive open hallways and stuff like that you don't need.
Yeah, I like
it's just got what it needs. And there is that as
the
well.
battle mode.
Indeed. You can. There's another time block on there which actually shuts down the thrusters and stuff. You can see the big rear one turn off and on.
Yeah,
I think it's like number 8 or something.
I can see the various different ones. Battle mode, the important thing about battle mode as well, it also opens the doors at the front so you can actually shoot. But these ships are really cool because these have got the internal thrust pack that we'll go and have a look at on the cutaway. So let's just quickly pop ourselves out of this one.
Yeah.
We'll use the spectator and save some time.
Yeah, this internal thruster design, I absolutely love it. It's so helpful for building ships because you can. They're one, they're armored, and two, if you're trying to build something that like looks much nicer instead of having tons of exposed thrusters, then you can just hide them all in there and it works perfectly.
I don't think there's a single exposed thruster on this one, is there?
Not on this one, no.
So that's giving us some good protection. The armor on this one, of course, at the lower segment is a little bit weak. That hydrogen tank could be pierced, but for the most part, this one did really well on the underworld. I was really happy.
It actually stood up really well.
And yeah, so let's move on to the next one. So we're getting a little bit bigger, but is this? We've got 2 smaller ships before we go on. We've got a respawn ship.
So this is just a little respawn ship that we originally made for the belt, just a basic little Mino in DRF colour scheme, just to go along with them. And this thing is an assault pod. This actually attaches to the lower half of the ship we're about to show you in a second, and it can land on planets. It's got all your troop stuff in there, plenty of seats, got a little bit of turret on there. And yeah, it's just good for deploying troops onto a planet or even boarding if you could manage it.
Yeah, it's the only risk with boarding and stuff is you smash into them and you destroy yourself. But yeah, I really, if there was some sort of padded landing gear, you know, that took impact or something.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
A shock absorber.
Or a harpoon or something.
I've not even saw that myself, but if we have a look at the cutaway, you can see we've got 2 of them mounted down there. Wow. That is just...
They're actually, they're set up on a timer as well, so you hit the timer, it auto-detaches, turns all the thrusters on, and you can just blast away, so it's like ease of use instead of fanning about with all the buttons.
So tell me about this bigger guy. Is this guy more of a carrier then, so to say?
Yes, this is an assault carrier. It's more of a command ship used by the DRF. It's got the typical heavy, big front rocket barrage that some of the other ships have here. Nice big damage.
These catwalks are lovely you've put on here. There's a little bit of detailing, really making it pop. Even the little buttons you've put on the front there, just... Ooh, it's so nice, the detailing, Husker.
Yeah, it's got plenty of PDCs, this one, a lot more than all the other ships. And it's got the big thruster pack at the back. And I'll show you the interior. If you want to follow me, I'll teleport my character in. Oh god, gravity.
Just having a final look at the rear thruster pack. You've also got spotlights behind the thrusters to add the glow, correct?
Yeah, I love doing that. I love the little glowy effect. Okay. If I can't do the big thrusters like the other one, I'll try and get some spotlights in there.
Right, let's follow you inside.
Yeah, follow me in here. It's a bit of a squeeze. It's got to come up through here.
No worries at all. Oh, so this is the loading dock kind of for the assault pods.
Yeah, this is how you get into the assault pods.
Okay. It's not the easiest access.
No, not really.
There's a bit of wiggling about going on in here, I guess.
Yeah, just a bit. Let's go. Yeah, let's go this way. Might as well. Up here, quick check. Just a little bit of a ready room for suits and whatnot.
Oh, like a pre-briefing room.
Bobs. Yeah, exactly. And up here.
Oh, that's another door. I've gone out the wrong way. I'm lost, Husker. Yeah,
follow me. Okay, up here. This is the CIC Combat Information Center. This is probably one of my favourite bridges I've done. Absolutely love this one.
Very nice. Still very functional though. You've not gone crazy with.
Oh yeah. 100%. It's just got your seats. It's all where all your programmable locks and stuff if you need them. And there's a couple of O2 gens in here as well. Behind here, just a little bit of a server room again for more programmable stuff. And you've also got a maintenance hatch if you need to repair your thrusters. Because obviously, when you don't have external thrusters, they're hard to repair. So gotta have some sort of access.
Let me have a quick sit in this seat and have a look. So you've got the usual battle phases and stuff.
Yep, same on number 1 it should be.
So yeah, number 1 pops them doors open and repairs the barrage. Let's give it a quick barrage. We're in creative now. We should be able to fire one. Okay, so I didn't get any render effects for that, but very, very cool indeed. Oh, I do like that carrier. I'd really like to see them assault pods in action. Let's shut that down, and we'll teleport ourselves back outside. All right. Okay, let's move ourselves over to the next design then. So this one it looks like a sort of combination of the one we saw before this one a little bit. But like it's been flattened. It's like the Range Rover sort of Vogue of.
Yeah, this is a bit of a special one. This one, this is the Zephyrus. It's got its own name. It's a stealth purpose ship. Unlike the rest of them, well, the rest of them are genuinely stealthy, but this one's pure built for that. It hasn't got that many weapons on it. It's got just enough, and it's got a nice like open command bridge and such like that. And it's nice big thruster pack at the back. Now,
letting them know on a little secret, this was built for a special series we're working on. That is currently a little bit delayed, but we'll see if we can get back to it. But
hopefully,
the DRF will return. They will return with a very interesting twist to it. But
Indeed.
This stealth ship here, I love the thruster pack at the back. This is like the blue glowy one of the past, but like Mustang edition, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, true, very true.
Very
this
nice.
one's purpose built for stealth. It's got a nice stealth mode in which shuts down all the external thrusters and has a nice little ion ones in the middle. So it's got limited thrust, but it's a much more silent running kind of sort of thing.
Cool. Do you want to take me over to the entrance bay, or actually I'll enter it from this side?
Yeah, well you should near there it is. Look, you found it. I'll come over to you through the other side.
Okay, so this has got like a bit of a larger airlock area.
Yeah.
Let's take a look around.
I think there's cargo access here. If you just need to whack some stuff in there, you might as well.
Now, I remember when we were working on this one, we had a quick look at the underground area, didn't we? Because we were both having different ideas of expanding this underground section. I wonder what you eventually went with in the end, though, because I only had a quick glance.
Yeah, you go, look.
Down there. Oh, so you did use the hydrogen engines as a bit of...
I did indeed, yeah. I tried to add it to make it look a bit more like an engineering deck instead of just cordoning it off. But you got your reactor access, all this bits and bobs. And then here you got a bit of a maintenance area as well.
I still love it's functional as well. It feels like someone could do this, but at the same time, you could use this in a really nice movie or a machinima sort of script, and you've got these little access
hopefully,
areas.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Oh, there's like an access area down here that you totally missed. And a locker room as well. Very nice. Let's go back up to the CIC.
Yep. Hang on.
Let's pop ourselves back through here with a nice little bit of mood lighting. One of Husker's claims to fame, that is mood lighting.
I love the lights. This game's got a really nice lighting engine.
Alright, so on number 2 here, we have ourselves a projector. Is that just... Oh, well, there we go.
Ooh.
Oh, so this
Oh, God.
Oh, no, we revealed secret enemy plans.
Oh.
Quick, turn it off.
Quick.
Turn it off.
This or nothing.
Okay, right, I'll pop in the
Oh,
bridge.
no!
I pressed the button, but it didn't go off. Okay. So since this is
dear.
a stealth ship, we were kind of going for the best of everything here. When I asked Husker to build this one, I wanted something maneuverable, that had good acceleration, good stopping power, just an overall good ship that could evade some of the fatter Inix ships, so to say, that are a bit slower and less maneuverable.
Also being planetary capable, because that was one of the big things with this thing, trying to get those big thrusters on the bottom and have it also light enough to actually be able to go in atmosphere. And luckily I managed to achieve that.
Right.
That was a bit of a squeeze trying to get those in.
Yeah, because we wanted to pop down to the planets to do certain sorts of missions, so it was absolutely vital. Now, I'm going to pop myself over to the cutaway. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm not in the side seat. So this one's got a larger rear thruster sort of housing area. Because I remember when I was messing around with the blueprint of this, I actually made it, I wanted access to this point, and it looks like you put a door in the bottom there so you can actually access and repair it.
Yeah.
That I quite like the idea of. But still,
there's also a little hanger on the top as well. I'll see if I can hit the button. I don't know if it'll work with the cutaway, but there you go, look. Got some lights.
Nice. Yeah, you can imagine some epic scenes going on here already. Let's move ourselves on to the next one. Now, I've never seen this one before. This is the first time I've actually seen this one, Husker.
Yeah, well, actually, these 3 ships coming up, these are designed by Val. These are using the same paint scheme as the DRF ones I've created, but these are just an addition to the fleet. This one is, I believe this is an assault Corvette. It's got light weapons on it. It's got some nice armor though, and it's got a nice exposed bridge at the top there. Although it might not be that good tactical wise, but hey, it looks good.
Okay, yeah, and it's an iron-based one. This is probably one of the first iron ones because I know we like our hydrogen thrust. We do. We like how quick it makes it move and stuff. Now, have you had a tour of this one? Do you know the access points or whatnot?
I haven't, but I think there's one on the side here.
Okay,
yeah, just pop in here. Look.
Right, we've got a little airlock here. Hopefully, it's no.
Yeah,
fancy
Valley's
airlock
absolutely fantastic interiors. This thing looks amazing on the inside, like all of his ships.
So we've got a main
nice
catwalk that walks through, and then we've got a staircase at the rear here. Very nice indeed. And it's just going to take you straight up. It's another quite functional design. Now I don't know if he's got, like an armored CIC. So we've got iron thrusters, and we've still got great gyroscopic movement. Obviously, the iron thrusters are going to be a little bit slower to respond, so that's going to be something you have to take into consideration with this one. Very nice. I like the bridge on this. I feel it's perfect gorgeous for the cinematics. But it's a bit of a different take on the DRF ship.
He definitely has his own design kind of cue to it. He doesn't. I don't think he's designed these ones like off the like similar to the Expanse ones like I have. They're quite blocky. These ones are all very like with nice wings and stuff like that, and nice long edges. They look really good. Right,
let's pop over to the next one that he's been working on. So once again, we've got the traditional sort of ship, I would say, where we've got a bridge at the rear. We've got ourselves. This one's got a very. I think this must be designed to go down to planets because it's got like a hangar underneath.
Yeah, I believe the next 2 are. This is a heavy frigate.
It's got legs
Yeah, he's
that
got
come
landing
down.
legs on it.
Wow.
I believe they work. I haven't tested it yet, but they.
Let's have a
I
quick
don't doubt that
reference
they
of the
work.
cutaway. So at the cutaway, we've got the main bridge over here. We've got like a little Star Wars fighter on the actual display coming down.
Oh yeah.
I think the cutaways really do help though show off these ships because you don't get the idea of the scale of it or like the sort of routing. So that's a little view into the reactor room.
I think this one might have been slightly inspired by an acclimator from Star Wars because it's got its landing layers. It's got the big hangar on the bottom, maybe to deploy troops, something like that. Yeah, it's got a nice thruster pack as well.
Right, let's move on to the next one. The cutaway gear.
Yep.
Ooh,
So this is an absolute monster. This is the Odysseus. It's a command cruiser. This thing was, I think, inspired by one of the Halo ships. I think it's the Pillar of Autumn, maybe. I'm not too good with my Halo ships. I'm not sure. But this thing is like a jack of all trades. It's got heavy weaponry. It's got its big thruster pack. It's got a massive hangar, and it's also got a bunch of utility ships on it, which are really cool.
Wow, yeah. I'm just in awe. Like these have got little wheel pads.
Yeah, look at those. I absolutely love those drop pods.
Oh, they are. So they are drop pods. Yeah, there's no control or anything. So they're just going to absorb the impact. That's really cool.
Yeah, this is. I think Conrod showed him how to do this. Is what he was telling me. But when they hit the ground, they just immediately absorb it because of the wheels. Yeah, so it's a good way.
There's like another little craft here. I don't know if this is like an ammunition drop pod. You know, like with weapons and extra equipment.
I believe so. Yeah.
Or it's just like a skimmer type vehicle. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the cutaway and then we'll go inside this guy. Oh, there is no cutaway this one.
No, this one's a bit big. I couldn't get a cutaway going. It's going to crash the game.
We'll just have to explore it. So they've got like a printer and a drill and welding section back here.
Yeah, he's got absolutely everything on this thing.
Wow, this one is really cool. I like the hangar how it's got like a reverse segment to it, so it's protected if you were flying.
Come and have a look in this giant hangar at the back. It's absolutely lovely in here. It's got plenty of room for some nice fighters in here. He's got his jump drives and everything.
Right, and I am inside.
There you go. Look at this.
Wow, jump drives to the side. You've got production facility in here, so this is a command and production center. This is everything you want, isn't it? Really?
It's definitely a proper good utility command ship for a giant fleet. While the other ships might have their big firepower and combat purpose, this thing would definitely be good for commanding.
I'm very, very, very impressed. Let's.
He's got a ton of scripts on this thing as well.
Oh no.
Yeah, they can cause a bit of lag, but they do not add to the ship. He's got a nice damage report one. And he's got a radar script as well. I've turned them off at the moment because they were lagging a bit.
Okay, so he's got that hangar. Yeah, this is a really nice vessel. This, and we've got hydrogen, so we can actually stop and move. That's great as well. Yeah, and he's pulled off the camouflage on it. Really nice. Let's have a look at the last two ships.
Yeah.
So let's teleport quickly over there. So now these are not using the same camo scheme. They could always be updated, I guess, but. These were from the Zephyrus system. This was our first server we tried, and we had A-bots flying around. We had the original DRF ships flying around, and we also had these bad guys of yours. Now, this Supreme Eldar drone, or what you called it.
That's the one, yeah.
Yes, so it was just a giant orb with the loot inside, so if they managed to destroy it, they could, get the loot out the middle. But this was fully atmospheric, and it moved very scarily. Just having an orb,
a scary one.
orb type ship with like a glowing front eye coming towards you is a scary thing indeed, especially with them turrets on the side. And then quickly jumping over to this guy. This was the Shredder, correct?
Yep, this is the Shredder drone. It's like an anti-personnel, anti-fighter kind of drone.
Yeah, this moved fast as well because it had that large atmospheric thruster at the back. So this just literally whipped into the scene, shredded some people up as in the name, and then got out of there. So there's not really much to the interiors of these two, purely for the reason they were just designed, to be controlled by the admins, just to give the enemy a little bit of something to fight about. So let's wrap that up there. So that is the update to the DRF fleet. Now, there's never been really any ships that we've took out of service, so to say. So things that you've seen in the past are probably still about. Conrod ships have still see some action time to time. Hopefully, we'll update everything with the new camo scheme, and you'll see the ships on the servers doing various different missions. And who knows, you might even see them in a future series. Anyway, I'd like to thank Husker for building all these amazing ships. Thank Val as well. Thank Conrod, and we'll wrap that up there. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.